Oh my goodness, so much trying to do today. Let's get going. Is it gonna go? Is it gonna do the thing? Yeah, there it goes. That was weird. It showed the screen and then it went away and then it showed the screen again. like it had to think about it, which is fun, I guess. Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? Ooh, so a lot changed over the weekend with like me and like the future of Godsbane. Not like in a bad way, just like I got answers and now I can like move forward and know what's going on. So I think it'll be good. So my focus today then, due to that, is to focus on my focus today is to just start working on pages again. I'll probably just like wait a little bit to get like a couple more people in and just like be respectful of like those who might take like a minute to get in here. So, but until then, I'm just gonna be working on getting some of this stuff going, getting some of the palm trees in because those are pretty easy to do. Get the bamboo in, kind of be like the initial easy stuff. So all the goody stuff. I do have some like basic like palm tree stuff, some banana trees. So what we'll probably do is like throw in these really basic things. And make my life easy. I'll just make it black fill. The way that'll be easy to just like throw in there. Because part of what I'm doing today is starting to fill in some of these shapes. And then what I'll do is I'll be going over them with other brushes later. So the big thing is just kind of filling in what spaces I like, where I want the spaces, where I want the lights and darks. And then typically what I'll do afterwards, so for example, like, that's not a vine, I'm looking for the palm tree one. I have like a quick little like palm tree brush that has like will fill in like the most basic shapes, and then I can go in and like manually add the details the way it like looks more hand-drawn. So some people don't like that, but that's okay. I mean, no one has to like everything I do. I forgot that these weren't named properly. I'm really sorry, guys. You having to like wait for me to go find these. Here it is. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll throw this in, and then just like really loosely, because there's only one, I think. I only have one version of it. So it's not going to work entirely. That's okay. So I'm just going to put in those 3 versions, and then what I'll do is go in with another brush, and then sort of like add more to it based on like what is already here. Another option would be to like actually like manually move them around. It's definitely an option. I'm gonna actually get this brush out because it needs the point. So I'd like to have these be longer. So, and this way it's different each time, because the bigger problem with stuff like especially environments is people will not make them look different each time. Also, when you have like a palm tree like this, each one of these that stick out with is technically the leaf, and the leaves actually start out like this and then they fray over time. So that's really what you're seeing, is each one of these is a giant leaf. Really similar to these plants. Just realized that should be filled in. So that's why if you use like a stamp, especially for something like the palm trees, they look really, really weird. So that's why like I like to go in and like manually add in stuff, because otherwise it'll just look really unnatural. So you can see this just kind of gives me like a head start. like it is. It just gives me a head start. And then I can always go in and like throw in my own edits, my own like breaks later. Live stream is struggling today. I wonder if it's Discord causing a lag. It does that sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't like having Discord open. I'm gonna close anything I don't need. Let's see if that helps it. That seems to have helped. We'll see if it stays that way. I know environments are the most exciting thing to watch, but they are something important that we all have to do for our artwork, so. And I actually like doing this kind of stuff. I think it's fun. Sometimes they don't lay flat, so they may like buckle like that. So basically it's sort of like they'll buckle on this side, even if they fall flat on this side. If you have any of these trees nearby, like I really encourage you to like go explore them. So for example, like here, it wouldn't be like unreasonable to expect that these might fall back due to gravity. Completely reasonable thought. Same with these. They may like break and go the opposite way. Completely reasonable. Though remember, if one breaks, then that might put pressure on the ones nearby it or behind it, depending on like how it bends wonky. So always consider that too. Sometimes they can stand up just fine. The big thing is you don't want it to look too clean, because then it looks unnatural. Nature is really like unnatural, and I feel like a lot of people try to put their personal aesthetic onto the environments and plants that they draw. Like they have to look pretty and they have to look perfect, and that's not how nature works. Sometimes things just get borked. And, you know, that makes it look more natural anyway. Alright, now that I've changed this one, I don't really need to change this one a whole lot. I mean, I'm still going to change it, obviously. Actually gonna lasso this. Move that here. And I'm gonna move this down. And I'll just draw my own one up here. Oh yeah, I was gonna make this one bigger. This is like the monster one. Something like this you could probably have just used, I probably could have just like used a photo for, but I didn't want to. Oh, I have the wrong brush. No wonder I couldn't get my points. I was like, what? So basically the way you want to think of these is the same way you think of these leaves. Just with a bunch of like fractures along the way. That's really all they are. If you think of them like that, they'll get way easier. They're basically similar. They're similar plants. Just gotta know how plants work. There's all kinds of hints if you just study them. You can actually, it's crazy how many of them are similar to each other. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I like drawing plants. Alright, oh sorry, it's auto-saving. Give it a second. I hate when it does that. Okay. It just auto-saves and just is like, oh hey, I'm not gonna do anything. Just gonna sit here and autosave, don't mind me. Oh, by the way, you're not allowed to draw while I'm saving. It's like my only gripe about Clip Studio is that it does that. Okay, let's see. Alright, after I'm done with these sets of leaves, I'll probably bounce to the other panel. I have two panels I want to work on today. I've got the tree one, which is it's almost all background work. Actually, it is all background work. And then this one, which has like a small character and then mostly background work. So my first two panels are mostly background work, and that's perfectly fine. Do you want to know why that's fine? Because establishing shots. These are the first 2 pages of the new version of Godsbane. And just like movies, we want to have establishing shots as reasonably early as possible, because that helps the audience understand where we are. And that was one of the bits of feedback that I got, was the establishing shots. While I did have them, they didn't make the environment type of culture very clear, with some of the feedback that I got. So I'm going to make that more obvious this time around. Yeah. And then so I guess I'll just go and start talking about Viz, and if I have to repeat myself as people come in, that's fine. I had emailed, well, before I say that I emailed Viz, you know, like after I did my portfolio review with them in San Diego, I've kind of stayed in touch as best that I can, and we were talking about getting feedback, submitting more portfolios, more pieces for feedback, that kind of thing. And I had started preparing my pitch for Godsbane. As you guys know, I was going to pitch Godsbane to originals. I say was because I have decided no longer to do that. And that was something that Viz supported in terms of encouraged, and they were like, because I asked them like flat out, like, do you think this would be something that would work? And I asked them a couple questions. I had picked up a couple of Viz original manga at the bookstore, wanting to do some research, see what their standards are, like how do they handle the first volumes of their new Viz originals, you know, just basic research. And I realized that they were all left to right. And I went, what? Surely this is like a fluke. It's just weird that they're all left to right. And that's by design. I was told, after I asked about that the Viz Originals line is mostly left to right. It's preferably left to right, because it's English manga made for an English audience. So everything was left to right. The only exception that I could find was The Girl That Can't Get a Girlfriend, and that's because the original one was in Japanese, so it was right to left. So that was more of an exception to the rule than the norm. And the other problem with Godsbane was that it was too long, which I expected, to be honest. I was a little surprised initially that when we were talking, the length didn't seem to be an issue. Godsbane I have planned to be 8 volumes, which will be about 64 chapters, of about 16 to 20 pages each. So not like super crazy long, but it is long for a first time author pitching to something. That is really long. They were seeking something closer to 3 to 4 volumes, which is what I had originally expected. That's why I was so surprised when they were like, "Oh yeah, you should totally pitch the blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." So Godsbane isn't gonna work for Viz. That's perfectly fine. That's okay. It just means that Godsbane is now going to be doujinshi, like original indie manga only now, which is okay. That's not what I wanted, but that's perfectly fine. I'm not super worried about it. I got some really good feedback, and I can still keep getting feedback from them, so I think overall it'll be a win-win, because now I can focus on Godsbane, and if I want to submit something else to them, I'm still, of course, welcome to do so. So I'm not super worried about it. But I was able to learn a lot within that process, so I don't think it was necessarily bad. I mean, am I a little sad that I can't submit it to Viz Original? Well, I mean, I can still submit it, but I know that my odds of being greenlit are probably not good, especially since I'm a virtual nobody when it comes to published manga. So I'll probably wait and see if Godsbane grows, and if it grows, then maybe I'll look at submitting it anyway, in the future. It may be if it's proven that it does good. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Is I'll just be working on Godsbane on my own, with additional feedback from professionals and friends and readers. So it's what I want to be working on. And with that means that there's probably going to be some one-shots I'm going to be working on as well. I still want to work on the Okami manga that I've been talking about. Hey, Yama-chan, how are you? Hopefully things are doing well. It's been a while. I feel that, man. Life likes to do that, doesn't it? Life does things. I feel that. I was away for a year, almost a year and a half. Yes, oh yeah, I wouldn't quit on it. I'm far too stubborn for that. I didn't quit it necessarily, I just had to step away for a couple months last year. I moved, Miso had a cancer scare, I ended up getting, well first I moved in February, and then Miso had really bad medical problems in April or March, and so I had to take freelance work to help compensate that financial loss. And then, so I can't stream NDA stuff, you know what I mean? So, like, I couldn't stream that. So I'd stop streaming and focus on the NDA content. Because I have a day job. Like, art isn't my primary income. So I had to do that. And then in August I moved. So then, like, literally 2 weeks after I moved, I found Miso had a tumor in her mouth. So I had to get that taken out, which was like another almost $2,000 between her surgery and the testing for that. So then I had to go back and do more work for people. And then right after Thanksgiving, I had COVID. And that took like 2 or 3 months to recover from. So then we come to February. Oh my god, dude, it's been a crazy year. That's where I've been. I did really good, and I was streaming like consistently for a while at like the very end, very very end 2021, very early 2022. I was doing really good, and then I just vanished. I just vanished off the face of the earth. I just got busy. But no, things are good now. Things are fine now. Things are fine now. It's been wild. Yeah, like I didn't even know how to cope with all of that stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like so stressed. What do I do? So I'm like, I'll be back when I feel ready. How have you been? I ended up letting go of my... You'll stop your manga? Do you have like something else you want to work on instead? I know sometimes we just fall out of love with our projects. It does happen sometimes. And that's okay if you have something like more fun or, you know, like more satisfying that you want to work on. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm in production of my original story I made when I was 9. I've been much happier because it's a story I can actually want to write. Nice! Okay, cool. So you have something else you're working on. That's good. I was going to ask if everything was alright. Or if this was like, oh, I'm working on something better now, which is obviously the best case scenario. I started Godsbane when I was 18 or 19. Yeah, I didn't start drawing until I was already in college. I didn't really draw before that. I could barely draw stick figures. I know everyone says that, but I'm serious. No, I'm serious. I will show you. I actually just posted a thing on Twitter earlier today, I think, or late last night, like showing my progress. Like, I will show you. I'm being, like, I am dead serious. Let me find it. Here we go. Okay. So, like... Oh, good job, me. You made an image too small. I didn't know I did that. Okay, right? So, like, that, here, this is 2009. This is when I was 18. This is when I was 18. So, like, I'm bloody serious, y'all. This one is 2014. It was like that, like, improvement thingy going around Twitter. Well, this one is 2017. And then this one's what I do now. So, like, yeah, like, I've improved a lot since then, right? Yeah, so it's like, did you ever, I forget what it was. It was, I don't remember. It was one of the, yeah, thank you. Hey, Lunary, what's up? Yeah, it was one of those, like, ancient, like, stories. I don't remember which one it was, but it was the island where they forget who they are. Like, they eat these flowers. The Lotus Eaters. Like, Circe and the Lotus Eaters or something. And we had to, like, draw it out. And I didn't do a really good job. The teacher thought it was cute, though. So, like, I got an A on it. That was in high school, though. Like, the very end of high school. It was my senior year, so. Well, I mean, this is 14 years, though. This is 14 years. This is not a short amount of time. Like, it looks like a lot. It doesn't look like a lot, but no worries, Lynn. Thank you for letting me know, but these are just chill working sessions. We all come together and we get work done. So it's called, it's actually a concept called body doubling, where we all kind of work together. Like, so they see someone else working, so they want to work. It's kind of how I look at it. But yeah, so yeah, it's 14 years. So I drew Aros for the first time in 2013. Yeah. Just kept drawing him. And he, like, somehow ended up as the main character. He wasn't the main character at first. He was just a goofy minion. It wasn't even goofy. He was, like, mean and weird in the original. Updating a portfolio? Nice. That is such a stressful thing. You're like, oh, I want this piece. Ooh, I want this piece. Ooh, I want this. It's such a stressful process to update a portfolio. Thank you guys for the likes on the video. It definitely helps. Let's see. Yeah, it is. It's stressful because you're like, oh, I want this one. Ooh, I want this one. Ooh, no, not this one. Like, we're all more aware of, like, ourselves when we're working on our portfolios. So. Hi, Michael. How you doing? Doing pretty good. Just working on more pages for Godsbane. So, working on more pages. I found out, like, Viz and Godsbane aren't going to work out, which is fine. That was my choice. I chose not to submit it, so that one's on me. So, back to working on pages. And then somewhere in here, I have my, this one, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Meep. You can always have these be, like, comically thin. I love this brush. This is a fun brush. Okay, so here's how I use this brush, guys. Here's how I use this brush. Actually, meh. Wait, is it this way? No, it's definitely this way. Oh yeah, Clip Studio's been able to do that. Alright, so now that I have the stems drawn in, what I'm gonna do, it's pretty handy though. I can go in and I can add even more detail. I can add like bark coming off at the top. Cause you know, like, have you guys ever seen the wraps of these things? Like all the dead foliage hanging off of them. Figured they might have that. Mwah, mwah. My phone went off. Do 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 do. Though I suspect Aros would be a really good job at like taking care of the trees now that I think about it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm sure Aros is pretty good about keeping these clean. How you doing, Michael? What's up? What you working on? Realize there's an arrow here that doesn't belong. Alright, and what I'll probably do is I'll make this thin so I can see through it. Alright, now where's those? Okay, sketchbook, a new comic, rendering, upscaling, some home movies. Oh, nice. Nice. It's a lot of stuff to work on. How many hands you got? I know what you meant though. I'm just being a butt. Oh, we've got my freaking grass brush. Why am I doing this manually? I ain't got time to sit here and draw all these blades of grass. I'm a busy person. Chris. I know it's in here. Where is it? It's one of these. Is it this one? That'll do. That'll do. I ain't picky about it. See, work smarter, not harder, fam. Whoops. these are actually rice paddy fields, but they're on mountains. Oh, I forgot to set stairs. Actually, these would be wider. There we go. Trying to like not over detail it because this part isn't really that important. So if you do it too much, it'll look weird. Was really interested, like, learning all about these over the weekend. So I could, like, so that I could draw them better. It's crazy, like, how much work these fields are. A lot of the villages that I saw, they had like defining rows to like separate like groups of fields from each other with like taller plants, so that was really cool. And then lots of like these really taller trees, stuff like this, which was kind of neat. So probably kind of just, bruh, kind of just layer these on top of each other, so that it looks diverse. Because all I really want to do is just create separation between the front and the back. That's kind of what the main goal here is to just create that separation. And then I can go in manually and like add in other types of like foliage and stuff to make it like look more natural. That's magnolia. Banana tree. Oh my goodness. It's a big banana tree. My banana tree's so big. Oh my gosh. That's a big ass banana tree. Put this on its own layer. It just like takes up like half the screen. I mean, I like bananas, but not that much. Slow down, Haas. I don't need that many bananas. All them bananas. Give each of these their own layer and then like manually place them. Which is fine, I don't mind manually placing it. That's just a lot of effort for bananas. But I really want these banana trees. There's a reason why you need banana trees in my manga. So, one of the gods has an obsession with banana trees. He likes bananas. And this god is the god of rains. So you don't want a pissed off god of the rains so that your crops die, right? That would be not bueno. Banana lore, exactly. Didn't think you'd run into banana lore on the stream, did you? Now I just need to make it look like it fits with the other artwork. I'm gonna have to go in and like clean up the brush that I used for the can't brain trees, palm trees. But yeah, didn't expect banana lore, and here we are. I mean, that's easy fix, I think. I mean, there's two solutions to this. I can go in and add more white, or I can go in and add more black. It's really not super hard. So I'll just add more black, because that's the easier choice. And then what I can do is detail what's left. And actually this works out perfectly because the direction this, so the direction this is going is north. So technically the direction we're looking is northeast. So the sun wouldn't be there. Doing math. Okay, so here's the village. It comes out this way. Aros's house is up. Aros's house is like up here somewhere. And then the gate goes out this way because the river comes this way. So if we're looking this way, the sun would be going this way. So the sun would actually be probably more above them. But this is evening, so the sun would definitely be over here. So the sun wouldn't be visible. Yeah, sun wouldn't be visible. That's fine. So yeah, most of this would be blacked out anyway. Just based on where the sun is. I mean, who all is gonna pay attention to this? I mean, I will. I'm that kind of person. Let's see, Michael. I'm thinking about getting a Mac Studio. I like the idea of having a computer with a small footprint. I just don't know. I have no idea, my dude. I run Windows. I've never used a Mac. Okay, I can't say I've never used a Mac in my life. When I quit art school, I vowed to never use a Mac ever again unless I was forced to. I'm not a Mac person. I'm not an Apple person. The only Apple thing in this house that I own is my headset, because I like the my iPod Touch. It's the only Apple products I have, and the Apple Touch, or the iPod Touch, was given to me as a gift, which I love. It's my favorite music. It's my music player now, basically. I have all my music on it. Surprisingly, it all fits. And then my my headset, which I like using. And it's the wired ones. I don't like the pods. If I go wireless, I have to get the set that like wraps around my ear. Otherwise, they'll fall out. So I can't tell you really, like, if it'll run well on it. My suggestion to you would be to look at what the needs are for Clip Studio EX, and then look at what you will be you'll be getting, like the specs of your Mac Studio. Because honestly, it really does depend on each machine. I've seen some people that can run it just fine, and I've seen some people's computers struggle. It really depends on like the specs of your computer. The only Apple I own if Apple TV. It's like ArtCrumbs did not have all the streaming channels, for example Twitch. Oh, I don't think I've ever used Roku for anything. I don't have any streaming services. I've not subscribed to any. Well, I'm not subscribed to any at the moment. The only time I subscribe is for Castlevania, and I wait until everything is out. And then I just binge it. So I'm not gonna be paying the entire time. Like, I love Castlevania, and I love Sin and Adam Dietz. Don't get me wrong, but I will. Dude, yeah, that trailer. Oh, it was amazing. That was lit. Oh my god, did you see that? Like I think she was African American, but she had like the pink hair. Oh my god, that woman. She was amazing. It was so cool. Yeah, they outdid themselves. And the music was amazing. Like, it just went perfectly with it. I also really liked like that teaser trailer where the vampire was like, "Oh, like I've lost everything and I'm gonna make you suffer too." Like, it was just, ooh, it was awesome. Oh yeah, really? You should totally share it and post it. Like, Sam and Adam Dietz love seeing fan art. There There was this one that showed Count Chocula, like the cereal mascot, in the Castlevania art style, and Sam Dietz commented on it. And I was... and he's super friendly. Like, they all are. The whole team is friendly. It's really cute, honestly. It's wholesome, AF. Aww. Well, maybe he saw it and just didn't comment. Maybe he was maybe, you know what? He was probably just busy doing some kick-ass shit. So... That's cool that one of the writers saw it, though. Hell yeah. I just kind of comment on his stuff sometimes, that's all. I'm too much of a coward to draw anything and tag him in it. I'm too much of a coward. But I think he's super cool, though. Like, Castlevania literally got me excited to study animation again. And I kind of studied it a little bit. Nah, I don't have anything drawn, though. I haven't drawn anything yet. Cause I'm a wussy. I'm a baby, I don't want to. Like, I do, but I don't. Do you know what I mean? You know, I'm detailing all of these trees, and it means nothing, and no one can stop me from doing it anyway. Oh, sneeze. Oh my gosh. You know when you're gonna sneeze, and like, you inhale to sneeze, and then it leaves your body, like, as you inhale? It's just gonna come back later, and wake me up in my sleep, probably. I talked to Sam a couple times on her post. He once commented on my drunk tweet about Castlevania. Of all the tweets. Of all the tweets. Yeah, I've wanted to, like, try to make, like, a comic manga version of it. Honestly. I would really love to. But, like, I'd be afraid that they would be upset. You know, like, because I don't want to make any money off of it. I just want to make it. And it's basically already storyboarded for me, layouted for me. I just have to do the pages. I don't want any money. I just want to do it. Like, that's how cool I think it is. Like, I wouldn't want to upset them or, like, offend them or anything. Or try to make them think I'm, like, trying to make money off of them. Because I'm not. I don't even want to charge anything for it. Just want to share the love of Castlevania. Oh, I bet that would look really, really cool. Oh my gosh, I bet that looked amazing. There we go. That little bunch of foliage is probably done. Now if Clip Studio will like merge it all like I'm telling it to. Alright, now I'll just do it all in one layer from here. Is that detailed enough for you guys yet? But I'm stressing. I mean, no one's probably gonna look at this anyway. All these details. But it's like the first page, so like I want to make a really good impression. You know, I feel like because it's the first page, it's all kind of slightly justified to like go kind of ham on the first page. Be lots of bamboo on this thing. Should probably do... I'll come back to it later. Take a break from it. Alright, take it easy, Michael. Thanks for stopping by. I'll probably still be here. I've got a lot to do. I'd like to try to get this whole panel done today. Is that gonna happen? I don't know. I'm gonna try. Alright, so this is gonna be my middle ground. Let me name that so I don't forget. Alright. This will be actually this will be middle ground 2. This will be middle ground 1, and then we'll have a foreground layer. Whoops. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, look how big these plants are. They're ginormous. I just realized they're probably too large. You know what? These have giant trees. Okay, like Aros. Aros is only this big. This is Aros. This little speck. Now look how big these trees are. Okay, like it's probably a little unrealistic now that I think about it. Yep, this is true. Let me see how it looks though, because I would love to be able to have some more mountains to draw. Because see, if I shrink it, I can draw mountains. And I like drawing mountains. So, I mean, it's a win-win. Oh, here, I'll just do it this way. That works. And it's a little bit more realistic. And I'll have room for the bamboo up here, so that works. I'm okay with that. They could have giant banana. You know what? That's true. Those are God's bananas. Those are the God's bananas. Maybe that can be something I explain later. Is like, that's why, like, the banana trees are obscenely large here. Everything is obscenely large here. Because the gods demand it. They'll be like, the hell? That's a really big tree! No, that's on purpose, fam. But yeah, seriously, like, Aros, if I drew Aros on here next to this tree, he'd be like this big. Like, that's... that's Aros. Can you imagine a palm tree as large as a, like, as big as a redwood? Like, can you imagine? I mean, these aren't as, I mean, this, I would imagine that this one is about as big as they get. This will forever be my guide for how big these trees will be. And that'll be like a fun little trivia if I ever get like famous. I'll be like, this one time I was streaming and I was like, I was drawing these palm trees and I realized they were too big, and like someone in the chat was like, no, just leave it. It's banana lore now. Banana lore! It's banana lore. That's like gonna stick with me now. That's so funny. Banana lore. That is never something that I expected to become a thing. Banana lore. What has the world come to? No, I like it. I never thought about that. That's a really good point that you made, though. It's fiction. Yeah, they could have giant bananas. Yes. Like, the god... Okay, the god that likes bananas, he is like... He's basically a giant eel dragon, okay? Like, he has a weird obsession with bananas. I don't write the rules. Well, I do, but... I do, but I don't question them. Okay, the rules are just there. They are the things. And giant eel dragon said he wanted bananas, so he gets bananas. Okay, no questions asked. If a giant eel dragon that's like 30 feet tall says, I want bananas, you ask him how many he wants. That's the end of the conversation. And when he gets mad that there aren't enough big bananas, he's like, take me to your tiny ass banana trees and I'll make them big banana trees because I'm a hungry mother mugger. I'm mugging you of all your bananas. So that's like embedded now into the lore of the island. Giant bananas. It would be even funnier if it was like giant coconuts and bananas, but only those two. Only those two plants were the obscenely large ones. Everything else is normal sized. And I can imagine, like, there's outsiders that, like, come onto this island. I can imagine when they come to this island and they go, what? What is happening here? What's going on? And then can you... Yes, that's where I was going with it. I was like, imagine trying to be the local people explaining this to these people and be like, oh, well, there was this dragon, you know, he came down from the sky on a lightning bolt and he controls the rains and he said he wanted bananas, but we only had little bananas and he got all angry and so, you know, we told him, dude, we only got small bananas and so he made them big bananas. And now we have big bananas. But big bananas, he was still hungry, and so he wanted coconuts because he was thirsty after eating all the bananas. And so now we have giant coconuts in addition to giant bananas. And I was like, just there, like, what the fuck are you guys on? I need to make a mini comic comic of that dude. I'm putting this mini comic. I'm opening the first page of this, and I'm writing down notes like make banana lore comic. Because one thing I want to do is I want to put in fun little comics at the end of my volumes. Or maybe like make it like a two-pager. And, you know, because Rumiko Takahashi used to do that. And Hiromu Arakawa used to do that. And so I want to include like fun little comics at the end. I'll probably put them at the end of volume 1, which is chapters 1 through 8. Yeah, Katsura is too. So look at what you guys have done to me. Like you're already having me draw banana lore. And what would be really funny is like as I'm drawing them holding pictures of these like bananas and coconuts, they'll be like suspiciously held a certain way. They'll be suspiciously drawn in a particular, like laid out in a particular pattern. And it would just be like those of us that were here for banana lore are gonna get it, and those who weren't. And I'll just make a little footnote: if you want crazy shit like this, attend my live streams, because I can't promise you what's gonna come out of those things. Banana lore, my gosh. You guys are killing me, and I've only just started. I can't with you. I can't with you guys. See, look at this giant bamboo. Okay, we do not get giant bamboo. We only get giant bananas and coconuts. There's only so many giant things that we can have in this life. And you guys already chose coconuts and bananas. Tangents! We cannot have tangents in this house. I will not permit it. It's right there. Did you guys like my absurdly well detailed bamboo? I thought those potted plants were in here, and they are most definitely not related. What? Do I not have the... Fine, I'll just have to do it myself. Alright, this one actually is going to be in front, and then this one would be behind everything. So, I actually have a whole set of brushes just for bamboo because I will have to draw an ass load of it, and I ain't got time for that. So I have very many different types of bamboo brushes. You need bamboo brushes? I got bamboo brushes. Am I missing one? Am I crazy? I feel like I'm missing one. don't like how not detailed this is. So I'm gonna throw in some sections here. Actually, make this one white. Make this one black, and we'll go over and we'll detail it my way. And this way it'll look a little bit more randomized, rather than looking so clean. Let's see. Make this a little thinner. Cause like, I like the brush here, but it's just too perfect. You know what I mean? It's too perfect. Okay, so that's the most of it. Alright, I can merge these together. And those will be like the back ones. Other than this one. This one needs to be pulled into the front. And then set to multiply. Oh no, wait, no. These, this guy won't be set to multiply. Oh wait, yeah, you will. No, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm going to fill in the filler stuff around here. I'm going to go in with like a regular brush. Because I have like the stem. I have those. They're just going to be like straight black lines basically. Because it's all black bamboo. So it's not the problem isn't drawing the bamboo. It's just it's a lot of bamboo to draw. That's all. Just a lot of bamboo. Yeah, I'm not worried about that part. It's just a lot to draw. I also have to, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in everything that I want, and then I'll erase the part here so that this can be seen. So just a lot. And I had another bamboo brush. You know, maybe I downloaded it and then I didn't import it. That's possible. So I thought I had downloaded another bamboo brush. So I have lots of brushes. Too many brushes. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. I guess not. It must be crazy then. Because I thought I had another bamboo brush. Well, it wasn't a bamboo brush. It was a, it was an image, and I liked it because it would work perfectly for, like, the tops of the like, the tops here. That's what I was gonna draw. Let me see if I can go find it. Because that would save me a ton of time. I can go find it. So I really don't have time to draw all of this manually. That sounds like really petty, but I really just don't have time for that. I'd like to have this first chapter done before Halloween, because Halloween is my YouTube channel's 5th anniversary. So I'd like to have something to show. Yeah. Yeah. I do have leaf brushes somewhere. Okay, I should have a leaf brush. Okay, what does it look like? Okay, it's called bamboo. Oh, it's right. Is this it? No, that's not it. I mean, maybe it is. I don't think that was the one I was looking for. Hi, Miso. I mean, I guess these could work. Did you just lay on top of my pen again? Yes. I need my pen, babe. Do you wanna? Is it cuddle time, Miso? Is that what you're up here for? So Miso and I have a ritual now where when I'm drawing, she has to come up and lay in my arms while I draw. Yep, there she goes, lays in front of the tablet. So that we can cuddle while I draw. Is it cuddle time, Miso? Yeah? There you go. Yep, it's cuddle time. Oh, Yami-chan, you haven't been here that much, so you probably don't know what she does. I'll show you. So, when Miso comes here and it's cuddle time, what happens is, so here's my drawing tablet, right? So like here's my drawing tablet, I have a Cintiq. Miso, well here's me, right? Here's me. Here's my shoulder, and my arm comes forward, and Miso sits right here. Sort of like, she sits here, and then she like curls up, like this. So like her body's up against like my chest. She curls here like this, and my other arm like comes around and then like draws. But she has to sit in my arm, like on my arm while I'm drawing. And this way, I can still work and get stuff done. And then she usually naps when we do this. The downside is I'm a little limited because like my tablet's far away from my face, and I don't like that. But yeah. Yeah, she's not like a huge fan of it, but that's okay. Yeah, she's doing a lot better. I need to post a community tab update about her because people have been asking, so. No, honey, you cannot have my hand. See what she does. What she'll do is she'll reach this paw out, trying to grab my arm and hold it. Like, she'll try to, like, pull my arm back so that she can sit here and cuddle with both of my arms. And I don't let her do that. What? She literally has to cuddle with both of my arms. She literally is like, here's my arm, right? Like, here's my hand, and I'm drawing. Here's my wrist. She will literally, like, wrap her paw around and, like, pull it. To be like, pay attention to me. What, Miso? What? Our work gets done. She's just adamant that she doesn't want it to get done. She's just in a very lovey mood. She's also been a little sick lately, so I've been very patient with her. Just let her do her thing. And it's not like malicious that she's trying to stop me from getting stuff done. No, hun. I know, you just want to cuddle. Yeah, Miso is, like, constantly, like, begging me for attention. Like, Mom, 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 Mom. It's like, what? What, Stewie? Hi. Like, Miso's, like, that level of... So you need to settle down, hon. Let me move this out of your way. There you go, now you've got a little bit more room. Miso. See, I was a stinker earlier today because... No. No. I have nothing to sell. Once I have books, yeah, definitely. But at the moment, no, I don't have anything to sell. I have no merch, I have no prints, I have nothing. But yeah, eventually I'd like to get... I used to do conventions. I'd like to get back into it for sure. I've been getting into cons is really hard lately. So you're definitely not the first person I've heard say something like that. Yeah, I can imagine that's definitely hard because like you're having to deal with people that like aren't your ideal audience. That's gotta be really hard. Let me so. Right. I don't know if people would even want my art because most of the art that I make is environment and like background focused. As far as like my personal stuff, I don't know if that's something people would even want. Am I just not seeing it? Oh, it's just really small. Let's turn this scatter off. Miso, you're not getting my hand. I'm sorry, babe. How does it feel to be constantly annoyed? Huh? Hmm? Goober. No, you can't have my drawing arm, Miso. You're gonna have to settle for one arm today. I literally just played with you right before the stream, hun. I gave you like 30 minutes of my attention. She's like, that's not good enough. I need to get a Miso cam so I can show you guys how ridiculous she is. You all done, Miso? You wanna get up? Alrighty. Is it bath time for you? You just started grooming yourself, so I assume it's bath time. Yep, it's bedtime, or it's bath time. She has this really weird quirk, in that if I put my bag on the couch, and I put her bed on the couch, she will choose my bag to bathe herself on. She likes my bag. It's probably because it has my smell on it, so that's my theory. But she likes my bag. Cats. So yep, she likes, and what was weird is like, of course, you know, it's like, oh well, then just don't put it on there. She will go looking for it. She will go looking for the bag. Because she wants the bag. She's never done anything bad to it. She's never, like, peed on it or anything. She just likes it. It's probably because it has my smell on it. So I've just kind of, like, let her have it. I've just, like, let her have it. Just don't fight her on it. Just not worth it. If she's happy, I'm not gonna fight her on it. So let me just do autofill on these. Yeah, it's hers basically. Actually, I'm gonna make these toned versus. I was gonna make these all black, like black fills, but I think I'll tone them instead. And the stairs here are imperfect. They're not perfect stairs. And like, I don't have to detail this that much. I don't have to like detail it like I am, but I kind of want to. I think it's fun. There's a dent in my lampshade and I keep thinking it's a bug. I shouldn't laugh, but really? There's a... How do you get a dent on a lampshade? How does that happen? I see. Shouldn't be there. This is a walkway through, so I'm not going to put any patties here. This goes this way. Alright, this needs to be elevated. This is elevated. Alright, and this will be worn. The center. Okay. Alright, now this is the one that needs to be detailed so that it gives a reference for what all of these other ones are. Dun, dun. So let's just do a big brush and then I'll go in and add texture to it later. There. Alright, take it easy. Have a good night. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I'll only be streaming for about maybe another 15 minutes, and then I'll have to drop out myself so that I can get to work not get to work, get to bed, because I am trying to go to bed earlier now too. So take it easy. I'll be here about another 15 minutes. I might stay depending on how well focused I am, so take it easy. It's like late January, I think, in the timeline, so it's probably not quite ready yet. I know this isn't as exciting as drawing like explosions and stuff, but I think it's important to be comfortable doing backgrounds and things. So I'm kind of just taking my time with this one. Plus it's something really therapeutic for me. I really enjoy doing stuff like this. I understand it's not everyone's cup of tea, though. Let's see, let's get some of these quicker brushes in here. Get these started with getting more texture in here. What is this brush? Oh, I see. That's what it is. What, miso? What? No, it is not sleep time. It is work time, miso. Meh. Really? Well, tell me about it. Where? Sorry guys, my cat is suddenly really chatty. You just want some pets, miso? I can give you pets. What, miso? Meh. What? Yeah? What? What, miso? I gotta work, babe. Yeah? Meh. You want to sit in my lap again? Is that what this is? Yeah, you get it. She's not usually so chatty. Come here, Miso. Come here, babes. Want to sit up here? Oh, hang on, hang on. There you go. Yeah, she just wanted to sit up here. See, Miso, when you sit up here, I'm further away from my tablet. Babes. Is that what you wanted? She's like, I just didn't want to be alone. What? What, you troublemaker? My goodness, what am I gonna do with you? She's very like, pay attention to me right now. Kind of mood. I mean, I know most people won't look at these kinds of details, but I like to put them in. I hope people will look at them. Well, that can be something that I become known for, is backgrounds. Or the backgrounds that I do for my manga. How are you doing though, Gabby? How's your day? Guinea pigs are cute though. Yeah, there is a bit of a learning curve for sure. It takes a lot of people by surprise. So don't like feel bad about it or anything. If you are, please don't. It is a bit of a learning curve. For me, it took a really long time for me to get comfortable with digital. Getting Clip Studio definitely helped though. For whatever reason, like Clip Studio made it a lot easier. Because before that, I was pretty against like switching over to digital fully. I was very much in the traditional Forever Club, and then I got Clip Studio, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't so bad. I recently bought CSP, so it's been pretty good. Yeah, I got Clip Studio back in 2016. I think back then it was Manga Studio, and when I bought Clip Studio, I didn't realize it was the same software. I thought it was like a different software, and then I realized they were the same thing. It's like somewhere I still have my Manga Studio disc. Somewhere. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one that's sitting right here. I don't want this one in here. Well, no. So Manga Studio, the difference between Manga Studio and Clip Studio is only the owner, really. I mean, so it was originally Smith Micro, and when Celsius purchased Clip Studio or Manga Studio, they renamed it Clip Studio. So technically, it's the same software, just by a different name. Yeah. So I'm gonna put a big one up here. I do want to shrink this just a little bit. I think it's a teeny bit too big. I didn't grab it all. Alright, sorry, I just got a little quiet there. Whew. Trying to decide if I want to keep going or not. I'm getting a little eepy. A little tired. A long day today. Let's see if I can at least finish putting in some of these plants. Oh wait, this one is just not. Miso's all asleep in my lap now. It's actually really cute. And we'll just fill this down here and with like miscellaneous plants and bushes and stuff. Miso? Yeah. She's very much a people cat. She is very much a people cat. She loves cuddling up with people. years almost. In November it'll be 9 years. I had been babysitting her for a neighbor. They had watched my cat, so I thought, they asked me to watch Miso while they were out at vacation, and I thought nothing of it. I'm like, yeah, no big deal. Like, you watch my cat, I'll watch your cat. And they broke the lease and never came back. So I kind of was stuck with this, like, 6-month-old kitten that I didn't know what to do with. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, I never planned on having Miso. It wasn't something, like, I went and adopted her and, like, kept her. It was like, oh, I have a cat now. Surprise, you have a cat now. Yeah, so she's my baby now. She gets all the love. She's spoiled as hell. As she should be. She just kind of ended up with me accidentally. And then it took a while for the neighbor or my landlord to realize that I had her, because they knew that she existed. They just didn't know where she was, and I didn't know they were looking for her. So it wasn't until that I realized that they were looking for her. I was like, hey, what do I do about the cat? And they're like, oh, you have her. I'm like, yeah. Like, well, you can take her to a no-kill shelter, which we didn't have any of in that that area, so they were all kill shelters. I mean, most shelters are at some point, but so I decided to see if I could get anyone to adopt her, and no one would take her because she already had a broken tooth. And she was clearly a cat that would need special attention and like vet bills right outside the gate. And no one wanted to do that. So I kept her myself and took care of her. And she does have like extra needs. She has like a periodontal disease that she's had since she was a baby. Like most cats eventually develop it. She's always had it. She had to have like a tooth removed right away. So she's been giving me grief since the very beginning. Well, I'm sorry, Misa, my leg's falling asleep. She's like, Mom, why are you moving so much? Because my leg's falling asleep. go in and like shade all of these in later. She is my baby. I've had her since she was 6 months old. Right, Misa? Yeah? Yeah? You wanna go? Okay. Yeah? What? I probably won't have anything after her for a while. I don't think I'll have the heart for it. She's the second pet that I've had since she was less than a year old. So, the first one was a dog. And I loved that dog with everything. And it absolutely tore me up that I couldn't be there for her when she passed. I was in college and so I wasn't home. Oops. I was like 2,000 miles away. So, it was one of those things that they really couldn't they really couldn't justify like making Winnie wait for me to come home. So because I was the one who raised her, she was my dog. Everyone knew that that was my dog. Don't mess with my dog. But yeah. So, I was like, I will be here for Miso when it happens. And it will happen. Eventually. I definitely want to be able to show off the mountains. What layer is this? I think it's this one. No, must be this one. What layer is this? We have to play the what layer is this button. It might be in my... Now that I think about it, I think I know where that thing is that I was looking for earlier and couldn't find. Yeah, here it is. This is what I was looking for earlier. Oops. I always forget to name my layers, yeah. I have no excuse at this point. It's just me being lazy. It's my own fault. Alright, I'm gonna sketch in some Sumi layers. I'm gonna mark them as blue. I have some like rough mountains that I can throw in here super fast, I think. Oh, it's because they're in monochrome. Yeah, I can throw these in super fast. Then redraw them all later when I have the time to. So I can figure out like how I want to structure it. Oh, I see. That's a vertical one. I just did that one. I keep grabbing the layers. Or the guides. I'll put it here and then I'll manually move it. I really like the backgrounds in Dragon Ball. I wanted to do something like that. I think I'll get rid of part of this. Auto save. There really aren't like too many mountains per se in the island that I have. Yeah, I like Dragon Ball, it's good. There's a lot of people out there that hate on it, but I'm like, okay. Alright, and then after I'm done, I'm actually going to flatten it more so that they're more like flat mountains. Okay, actually I like that. Alright, so now you transform them all together and flatten them out. And you got some mountains. So I want some mountain, but I don't want like a ton of mountain. Yeah, because there is a mountain. Like there are mountains on the island. So like, here I'll should just show you. Why should I just tell you when I can show you? Let's see. Whoops. Godsbane. Rifts. So I don't know how easy this is to see, but this is like a 3D rendering that I did of the island, like forever ago. And the place that I'm looking at is set here. So there's a big mountain that goes up this way, it goes up this way, and then there's a set of mountains that go down this way. So that's what I'm putting in. We're looking up this way, like going between these two mountains. So there's Boop, and then Meow goes down this way, but it has like a little mini peak like right in front of it. So that's what I'm putting in here are these mountains. Which reminds me, I just realized I have these backwards. I have these backwards. And they're flat. These are flatter. They also go out further. I think that'll do. That'll be cool. Yeah, this will be like the far back background. So now I can go over it. Oops. I can probably safely turn my sketch off now. Because I've got the basics in here. I get to start clean up and adding in all the finer details. And then from here I'll use a tone to like do this effect. But I want to, yeah, I wanted the look to sort of be brushy, not brushy, but like sketchy. Like how I used to sketch them when I was younger. Because I really liked it. I did, I'll show you what I mean. I have like some, well, maybe. I did like some Colorado mountains. I should have the original file. I think it's in my Okami drawing. Let me see if I still have the original sketch in here and I'll show you what I mean. It's a big file, so it's like freaking out. I think this was the original. Yeah. Of course, I have to pull this out. I don't have the original version of this anymore. I just use a really thin one. A really thin one. Let me, I have it in here somewhere. This original sketch. I'll tell you in a second. Let me grab the original sketch here and so I can show you the rocks and stuff. That's so weird that I don't have the original. I could have sworn I took a screenshot of it. I guess not. It's so weird. I could have sworn I had it. I remember streaming it. Oh, you know, I wonder if I copied it in, so it probably would be in here. Maybe. Okay, yeah. So you can see it in here. My original drawing in these rocks. You can see I have like a moon, you know, sort of like how I used to do them here. Like that's what I'd like to be able to do in this drawing. Thanks. And then in this one, it's actually from the game Okami. With the blue one, it was the game from the game Okami. As for the pen I used to draw, the primary one is called a Jiwa pen. And if I make it larger, it has like a slight texture to it. I'll just make it like extra big so you can see it. It has like a slight texture. So it feels like a pencil, but it's like solid pencil the entire time. It's like super black pencil. Size-wise, I work on a pretty big canvas. So that's going to affect the pen size, but I work on a A4, no, is it B4? Let me check. Edits, page. B4. Okay, I work at B4 size. And I use a pen that is about 20 to 40 pixels big, typically. So it's like really thin liner. Sometimes, let me get, I can get a link to the pen for you, actually. I forget that I have it saved in here, so I can grab it quickly when people ask me for it. A lot of people ask what pen I use, so I have it set here so I can grab the links really quick. So this is a link to the pen that I use the majority of the time. The other one I tend to use is called High Pen. And let's see, that one is, let's see, it's the number 3. High Pen number 3. So that one comes from this set. I'm grabbing the link for you. Actually, I like to use the entire High Pen set. So yeah, I go really, really small. My suggestion to you is start drawing on vector layers. So if you draw on a vector layer, you can change your liner thickness at any time. Super, super easy. And it like doesn't like distort it or anything. So if you're struggling with getting your line thickness correct, that's what I would recommend doing for now, is draw on vector layers so that you can change that. And as you get more comfortable with like your liner and stuff, you won't necessarily need something like that anymore unless you just want to continue using it. That would be my suggestion. Yeah, try it out. Let me see how I feel about this. I don't like this at all. Let me try this. It isn't turning out how I thought it would look. Yeah, that doesn't look anything like I thought it would. Let me try something. Just want to see. Yeah, but it didn't fit the rest of the panel. I'm gonna import something just to kind of see how it looks. Not necessarily use it in the final, I just want to see if that's what looks better. have to like make it fit my stuff, but it might look better. I mean, it could work. It's not what I like, but it could work. So that's a maybe. Another option would be something like one of these. Let me see how stuff like this looks. Just kind of curious. I'm just testing stuff out now. Yeah, something like... I think the problem is I have 3 different styles going on. The bamboo that I threw in threw in / drew in just doesn't match with the rest of the artwork. It just doesn't match. I'm gonna have to go in and like redo it. Just a pain. Miso, no, honey. You're not gonna be able to come over here. No, Miso, I said no. Good girl. Oh, I think this is one of those times where having brushes hurt me more than it helped me, which is, it happens. It happens sometimes. It's the bamboo that I don't like. I think I need to go do a study, because I've never drawn like a bamboo forest like zoomed out. I've never done that before. And it doesn't look natural to me. Alright, so let's do this. Clip, please stop doing that. It's doing it because it has so many files open. So it like has to autosave every 5 minutes on all of them. Let's see, I'll keep that one open. Okay. So let's I'm okay merging all of these. Music stopped. Okay, so I'm gonna merge these. Alright, that should be, yep, everything. I'm gonna take out the bamboo. And I will take the bamboo out and I will try again at a later time after I do some studies. So yeah, you take that out and it looks a lot better. Like it looks a bit more cohesive. So it's I think it was the bamboo that was throwing it off, like texture wise. Just fine. It'll be something I have to study a bit and learn how to draw those better. the other thing is this. This is throwing it off too, because my perspective is wonky. I'm not sure what I would put there though. Oh, I know what I can do. I'll just keep making them spread out like they were. Because initially I was having it look like this, so that it's like a valley. But what I'll do is I'll just have it continuously going this way. You gotta simplify. No, there's gonna be bamboo there. There has to be bamboo there. The reason why there has to be bamboo there is because of like what actually lays there. So I'll show you on a different page. So there has to be a bamboo there. I don't know how to draw it, so that's something I need to go do some studies on. So here's this little, you can't see it. Let me turn the sketch on. So in the original sketch, just funny, the sketch looks perfectly fine. I don't know why I can't ink it. In the original sketch, there's a little gate there. I guess I could call it a gate. And that gate is this gate. So there has to be a bamboo. There has to be a bamboo. So... yeah. Kind of put myself in a bad spot, didn't I? The problem is that one is just too detailed. I never thought I would see a day where it was too detailed. Yeah. Let me see if I can find another asset, maybe. You can see if I just didn't see one. If I have to manually do it, I'll manually do it. I just don't want to. It's not a huge deal if I have to do it myself. I mean, I need to learn how to do it anyway, so I'm not super worried about it. Trying to find that one asset, though, because that was such a great asset. And I don't know if I just, like, lost it. Oh, I found it. Oh my gosh, I found it. It's saying I never downloaded it. Okay, because that would work, because then I could just do it on the fringe. And that would definitely work. Oh, I wonder if I downloaded it on my tablet, but I didn't download it on my PC. That might be what happened, because that does happen to me. I've done that. Okay, these are what I was looking for earlier, because I was just gonna create a mass black shape, and then add these on the edges to sort of like suggest what is there. Because that's really powerful too. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Oh, there's even more of them now. Nice. I have way too many Clippy. I need to start using some of this. It's getting unwieldy. I mean, I could easily spend all of it. Because there's so much stuff I like. Oh, you can't see this? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were able to see all of this. Well, this looks really nice. I have just under 11,000 Clippy. I was at 11,000 until I started buying one or two things today. I'm so bad at actually spending it. Like, I have it, but I don't spend it. I'm just hoarding it because I'm so afraid that, like, one day I'm going to come across something that I really want and I won't have enough, so I just hoard it. Yeah, it's a lot. Well, I'm a gold member, and so I pay for a membership. And when you pay for the membership, you get like you get X amount of Clippy every month. Okay, I think okay, it should be all downloaded now. Alright, these are all image materials. So these will go in here. So, nature, bamboo. I have my folders organized, so I'm throwing everything into my folders. Give me 1 second. Yep, so I just pay for a membership, and I get access to gold every month. Yeah, I pay a little bit of gold and I get Clippy in return. It's nice. Alright, 5-minute warning. At 5 minutes. Okay. Now that I have all that organized, let's go in. Here's a new brush that I've got. Let's make it black on black. Ah, so we're gonna be one of those ones I have to use a layer command for. God, that's frustrating. I mean, it'll work. It'll work the way I want it to. So perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. Alright, so... No, you're good, you're good. I'm a fast talker, so we're even. Or rather, it's mostly my fault, because I'm not... Or rather, I'm just a fast talker. So it's definitely me, not you. I actually had to go to therapy for a while because I would talk too fast and no one could understand me. I would talk really fast, doesn't understand what I'm saying. That, like, I would just talk like that. Like, let's see. Being more conscious to see it happens. I can see it. So many, I didn't know that. I blame it on fast cyber. See, like, I can talk really fast, but I don't, like, pronounce things very well. But my brain can, like, do that. And so, like, I understood me perfectly fine. My dad and I can actually do that to each other. It's really funny. But I'm not really understandable. Because I, like, blur my words together. So it's a bad habit. So if I talk too fast, like, let me know. Right? Yeah. My stepmom says that. She's like, guys, stop it. But yeah, my dad and I both do it. It's so funny that we just, like, talk super fast like that. And then, like, a few big bamboo. Big. It's annoying because it, like, tries to correct my lines. Stop stabilization. Okay. Alright, I have to make this all black layer. Yeah, my dad and I both do that, unfortunately. I mean, it's cute, but it's also, like, really annoying because it's really hard to be understood when you talk so fast. And it's frustrating because, like, you know what you're saying, but, like, no, literally nobody else does. And when you are like that, you are asked constantly to repeat yourself. And it's like, It's frustrating because, like, I know that it's my fault. I know that it's me that's the problem, but brain still goes, oh my god, like, I have to repeat myself. How frustrating. So, like, but it's like, brain, if you would slow down for 5 seconds, maybe people could understand you. So, it's like, brain, calm down. But my brain is like Sonic. Gotta go fast. It's just silly. Brains are weird, aren't they? I think that's better than it was before. It's not giving me what I want. Okay, I think that looks better. Maybe. Autosave literally always interrupting me at the worst times. And then I will actually use a hatching brush to here. I never even thought to use a hatching brush. Yeah, I think it's closer to what I was trying to do in the first place. kind of just easier to like solid it out, to be honest. But now I need a, let me do a vertical one. Let me move the sketch above. Need a little bit more light. Make it bigger. I can also try the soot option. That one's not gonna work. What about the crosshatch option? No, it's not gonna work. That'll do. That's the downside of this bamboo, is it's a dark colored bamboo. So I have to like account for stuff like that. Oh, hi, Miso. She just sits here with like the softest meow, and it sounds like a squeak to me. Tell me about it, Miso. It's almost time for bed, isn't it? Alright, well, let me throw this in so that I can see what it'll look like and see if I did good enough. And then I'll be done for the night. Miso, there's no... Miso, please, honey. Can you give me like 5 more minutes? What? I'm like a kid begging... Miso, please stop. You are not starving for food. If anything, you are too chonk. I've been feeding you too well. She's like, Mom, I disagree with that assessment. Something like that. Why does that look so awful? Did I put it on the wrong layer? Yes. I mean, it's not in proper perspective either, so maybe it's the lack of proper perspective. I'm trying to see if I just can go through with finishing it, if it'll help it look good. Let's see. What time is it? It's evening. It's afternoon. It looks something like this because it has a it's like a structure on top. Yeah, because if it was nighttime, I would just do the reverse. I'd make it light colored bamboo, and that would have worked. Oh, look at Mushishi, because Mushishi is really good at this kind of stuff, and one of the articles features bamboo. So I'll see what they do. I'm wondering if there's just something like I need to just finish. And there's technically supposed to be bamboo in front of this too. So some of them I'll have to come in and redraw. I'll bet once I come in and redraw the ones in the... I bet that's what it is. I think once I come back in and draw the ones that are in the front, it won't quite look so strange. I think that's part of it. Is it might just be looking weird to me. Did you just... Are you okay, me? Did you just... I don't know if I like that noise that I just heard. It sounded like she puked under my desk. What it sounded like. Hey, Lychee, what's up? What's going on there, Miso? What'd you do? No? Maybe it was just me. Maybe I just... me imagining things. Hey, Miso, look out! You're gonna get your tail smashed. How you doing, Lychee? Maybe I'm being too hard on myself. I think I'm just being too picky. That's probably part of it too. Okay, you know what? That looks better. That does look better. And since that white is on its own layer, I can go in and erase it so that I only have what I actually need, yeah. Yeah, I just gotta trust myself more. Ugh. Just gotta trust myself more. Alright, and I could also put this here. That way we couldn't you know what? I'll just do that. And this way... yeah. I don't know. I mean, that might hide what it actually is. And I mean, also, like, I guess, like, all that matters is that people can figure out what plant something is, or they just see that it's vegetation. Our brains are smart enough to do the rest. I need to trust people's brains. I think it's because I don't even trust my own brain. I could also lessen this up here, and add like one of these side ones so that it, so that it looks a little bit better. Let me see if this paper texture will work. I think the paper texture will work just fine. I think it'll work for up here. Miso is getting really pushy. I think she knows it's time for bed. She's getting really pushy. She's like, Mom, we're supposed to be in bed. You said you were going to bed earlier. She's really pushy. She's like shoving her face up against my hand. Oh, you're being a little aggressive there, babe. Being a little aggressive there. Alright, well, you know what? I'll trust my cat. I'll go to bed. It has been 3 hours after all. And I did promise her I'd stop at midnight, so. Is it time for bed, Miso? Yeah. Is it time for bed? She's demanding bedtime. I think that's what it is. So here's what I worked on today, everybody. I did not get near as much done as I wanted. I was hoping to get this panel done, this whole page done today. Considering it's one panel. But, I mean, it is an entire page. And it does have some things I've not actually drawn before. So I do need to give myself that kindness to not get it done in one day. And because I want to be sure I do a quality job. Lisa, get your ass out of my face, please. She literally stood up and put her butthole in front of my face. What? What was that for? That was mean. She's like, stop talking. She's so funny. Oh my god. Miso, you're such a terror today. Alright guys, anyway, so this is what I worked on today. I'm going to, tomorrow, Miso, please get out of my way. I'll take a picture and I'll show you guys what she's doing. Like, and I'll post it on my community tab so you guys can see what this butt is doing to me. Miso. Don't look at me like that. She just glared at me. She's like, bruh. Okay, I'll post it on the community tab when I'm done. She's so mean. Anyway, okay. Alright, she's leaving me. I'll make this quick. So, what I'll do is, tomorrow I'll start toning this. I'll maybe do like a little bit more background work. And then I'll work on, what panel is this? Why do I have no artwork in this panel? Miso, please. Please. Oh my god. Where did the artwork for this panel go? Okay, I really need to know though. I think it's this. Yeah, that's okay. So it got moved to the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. So what I'll do tomorrow, is I'm going to try to, let me hide this really quick. What I'll try to do tomorrow is finish this panel here, finish like the ground and stuff, and then if I get an opportunity, and I move quick enough, I'll work on, the panel here. We'll just start making my way down the line. I've got a whole bunch of pages I gotta work on. Actually, you can see them here. A whole bunch of pages. Got a whole bunch of pages that I have started, that I need to, like, get to and start working on. I'm gonna have to redraw this one of Aro's here, though, because his design's changed a little bit, so I'll have to redraw that one. So that's what we're working on. Getting them pages done. So, because Lychee, I don't know if you heard, but I won't be submitting to Viz anymore when it comes to Godsbane specifically. So, alright guys, I'm gonna head out.